Hey BookTube, how's it going? If you're new to me and this is the first time you're seeing my face, hello, what's up? My name's Jackie. I sit on my floor and I talk about books. So I hope that's why you're here, because that's what's going to be happening today. If you're not new to me, thank you for always tuning in and the continued support. I really do appreciate it. So today for you, I have a little bit of a wrap up. This is my wrap up of my 12 and 24 list that I started at the beginning of 2024. These were 12 books that I wanted to have read by the end of this year, and we're about to find out how I did. So if you'd like to find out which ones I completed, if I completed any of them, what I thought of them, grab yourself a drink, have yourself a seat, and let's find out. So, all right, 12 and 24. I will have the original video linked here in the corner so you can go check it out if you'd like. That's when I was, fresh and young Jackie, and I was excited about these 12 books that I was going to complete by the end of the year. Well, I slept since then, life has happened, and, I worked. So, needless to say, spoiler alert, I did not complete my 12 and 24. No, I didn't. However, I did do a lot better than I thought I was going to do. So I'm going to take a win where I can take a fucking win, guys, okay? I completed 58% of this list. 58%. So a little over half. I will take it. I will fucking take it. So let's get into the books that I did not complete, just so you know that, hey, I didn't fucking read these, and you can judge me silently, okay? Just judge me silently. It's fine, because you will. So the first one I didn't complete was Caroline Kepnes's You. This is a psychological thriller. I wanted to start watching this television show, but I wanted to read the book first. So just so you know, I have not started the show. I did punish myself because I didn't read this book, so I haven't started this show yet. Although I feel like me and my daughter would love this fucking show. I really feel like I would. So hopefully this will get read sometime soon so I can start this freaking show. Because I've heard really, really great things about this book. I've heard fantastic things. I didn't get to it, guys. I just didn't. I don't have an excuse. It sat on my shelf and it stared at me and it judged me internally, and it's going to continue to do that because I didn't get it read. So, yay me. The next book I did not get read was These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. I believe this is the first installment to a duology about like a Romeo and Juliet, kind of an Asian Romeo and Juliet. I'm still intrigued by this, so I still would like to read it at some point in time. What is in my book? Is there something in... Nope. Okay. I thought there was something in my book. I was like, what the fuck is in my book? Sorry, guys. Squirrel moment. I am still excited about this book, so I don't plan on getting rid of it, but I'm not super heartbroken that I didn't get to this one. Not as upset about not getting to... I'm more upset about not getting to this guy versus this one, because this is YA. But this year, I was loving on the YA, so who knows? That might continue. Because there was a few times I thought, oh, I should pick that up. But then, something shiny and bright and something else happened, or I slept. I chose to sleep. So, did not get that one read. The next one I did not, and this has made its appearance on so many fucking TBRs that if I don't get this read, I might have to unhaul it, because at this point, who fucking cares? But I do, because she's coming out with a new book, and I already own 2 of her other books, and I would really like to read this one before I read any of those. And that is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. This is the first installment to the Poppy War trilogy. I have not started it. I have not read it. It's a very beautiful book, and I just didn't bring myself to grab it. And the thing is, this is the one book on this list that I did not feel myself being pulled to ever. When I looked at this list of like, what am I going to grab? What am I going to read? This was the one that was like the bottom of the barrel. So I don't know if it's just because I've lost my excitement for it, or it's just a very old series now and the, shinier things have taken over. I'm not quite for sure, but it didn't get read. It didn't make the cut. Sorry. It just didn't. The next book is a little bit depressing because I really wanted to read this, and I really need to read this because my husband just recently bought me 2 more books by this author, so I should probably read the 2 that I fucking have. And that is Haunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton, the first installment to the Cat and Mouse duology. I didn't get to it, guys. I just didn't. And look at this stunning cover. You think I would be all over this, and I just never gravitated towards it. I just didn't go to it. And I really need to, because I've heard fucking amazing things about this stalker dark romance, and I like this. I love dark romances, but they're not calling to me right now, and they weren't calling me really last year. I was really gravitating a lot towards the cozy when it came to romances. That's when you look at a lot of the romances I read last year, there's quite a lot of cozy. I'm gonna blame Kristen from Kristen Crave's books on that. She's rubbing off on me, her Canadian ways. I'm gonna start saying a boot and very soon, and drinking and eating, maple syrup lollipops. Blame you, Kristen. It's your fault. But I just didn't get to it. So hopefully this coming year I will. I don't know, but I didn't. And the last book that I didn't get to, and this is the one where you're gonna judge. You're gonna judge, and feel free, cause I'm judging me. I'm disappointed in myself. I think I need to go put myself in timeout, and when my attitude gets better, can come back out and play, because I still haven't fucking read this book. And that, oh god, I'm embarrassed to even fucking put this up here. I'm so embarrassed, because I love this author. I do. And I like this series. And let the judging begin. Just let the firing squad happen. A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. I never even touched it. It went on a few TBRs, but it never got further than that. It never did. I don't have anything else to say. I just don't. I failed at life and at this challenge. Like, literally, out of all these fucking books, this is probably one of the most important ones. And I didn't read it. So, bring it on, guys. All you SJM fans, bring it on. I deserve this. I deserve this penance. Because I didn't fucking read it. And I don't have an excuse. I don't have an excuse, except I just didn't want to pick up a big fucking book about Nesta. God, she was such a bitch in the last book. But I've been told I will fall in love with her after that, because she changes. It's supposed to be super steamy. It's Cassian, and I know, okay? I know. I can hear you through the screen judging me, and I can see you all judging me. And it's fine, because I'm judging me. My daughter is over there judging me, and she's never even read this fucking series, and she's judging me. Of course, she's 16. She always judges me. It's fact of life. But those are all the books that I didn't read on this list. So that means I completed 7 of my 2024 books. My 12 and 24 books. That would have been so much more cool if I said it right. I completed 7. So let's find out which 7 I read, what I thought, my ratings, and all that jazz. So no, I did not read this SJM book. However, I had 2 of SJMs on this list, and I did read this bastard. I read it. I sure as shit read this fucker. House of Sky and Breath, the second installment of the Crescent City series. I read it before the third one got released. It was done. Guess what's not read right now? The third one. But that wasn't on my list, and we'll talk about that later. I gave this thing 4 stars. 4 stars. That ending, shut the fuck up. What? I gave this thing 4 stars, and I have a full reading vlog of this bad boy. I'll link it here in the corner. You can go check it out. This is me reading this book. I have a full book review on the first installment of the Crescent City series and a full reading vlog of the second book. So who knows? The third book might have a full vlog and review combo. Combo dance. Maybe I'll eat some combos while I'm reading the book. I don't know. But I had a good time with this one. I read this at the very beginning of the year. This is the first one I read. And yeah, it was a good time. It was. To be perfectly honest, I have to refresh myself. But Scarlett. No, it was not Scarlett St. Clair. Sarah J. M. This was more the Sarah J. Maas that I was used to than the first book, for sure. But that ending, man, shut up. How the fuck is she gonna do it? And for those of you who have read the book, don't tell me. I don't want to be spoiled. I don't mind spoilers, but I really don't want to be spoiled for that because I want to know how she does it. So hopefully you'll see the third one soon and reading it, but I did read this beast. I did. I read it. And I gave it 4 stars. Go check out the reading vlog if you want proof. The next book on this list that I did complete was this one. I finally did it, guys. I finally got it done. The Longing of Lone Wolves by Lana. Still can't say her fucking last name. Not gonna try. It's right there. Have fun. Figure it out yourself. Can't. Just Polish, but can't fucking say it. I did only give this thing 3 stars, but I did enjoy it enough to want to continue with the rest of the series, and the rest of the series is in my Amazon cart if anybody's listening because Valentine's Day is coming up. My Amazon list is also linked in the down box below if you want to gift me. I don't expect you to, but if you want to be nice, I'm not going to say no. Seriously, though, I don't care. You do not have to do that at all. At all. Seriously, just disregarding that. Anyway, back to the book. So 3 stars on this one. Not very steamy as I remember, but it is a fae shifter guardian book. Nothing really super exciting to write home about, but it is a decent story that I wanted to continue with the rest of the series. So there we go. The next book I read, and I was really impressed by this one, but I only gave it 3 stars. I really had high hopes for this one. And it was impressive the way it was done, but it was only worth a 3-star for me, and that was Karen Joy Fowler's Booth. This is the story of John Wilkes Booth's family. It's historical fiction, so we actually do not focus on John Wilkes Booth at all. Just his family members and how they dealt with growing up with him and dealing with him, and then kind of the aftermath of him. I really enjoyed that aspect. I thought that was really kind of cool, but there were a lot of liberties taken because there's not a lot about the Booth family, specifically one individual sister. And she was the one that I really liked. So knowing that a lot of her story was probably fiction kind of put a damper on me for it. But I did enjoy this woman's writing. I do want to pick up some more from her. I had a good time, and I'm glad this is finally under my belt because this is one of my prettiest covers of books that I own. Very simple, not super ornate, but I really enjoy this and always like stuck out at me and like, you know, called to me, and I finally read it. So there you go. I answered the siren's call on that one. The next book that I read from this list was Kristen Hanna's The Nightingale. This was the oldest book on this list. I bought this thing in 2016. It was the oldest book on this list, and I'm happy to say I gave this 4 stars. I did not give it 5, but I did give it 4. This was one of my top books of the year. I definitely enjoy Kristen Hanna's writing. People said I would love her, and so I definitely want to pick up more from her, and I plan on it. I like the way she wrote. This is the story of 2 sisters during World War II when France was invaded by Hitler. Really enjoyed how the dual story was told, the back and forth, and seeing both sides of a strong woman and a weaker woman, and then how they kind of morphed, and just, I really enjoyed this story. It was worth it. Was it worth the wait from 2016? No. If you are debating on reading this book, just fucking read it. Okay, just read it. Don't hold off thinking, oh, it might be really good. I want to hold off a little bit longer. I want it, because some people, okay, I don't know about you guys, but I do this. Like, I will look at a book and be like, oh my God, it's so pretty, I want to read it. But then I'll just be like, what if it sucks? And I just keep staring at it. And then eventually that ambiance has to go away. The book is worth it, but it's not worth a god-awful long wait. So if you are debating on reading this, just pick it up at that point in time. Don't wait. Seriously. But it was very, very good. I had a good time with it. 4 stars. So And I do plan on picking up more from her as well. The next book I read was this bad boy, The Zodiac Academy, the first installment of the Zodiac Academy series, The Awakening by the Twisted Sisters, Carolyn Peckham and Susan Valenti. I have a full reading vlog of this book as well, and I'll link it here in the corner. I'm going to be honest, I only gave this book 3 stars, and if you watch that vlog, I want to literally throw hands with every male character in this fucking book, okay? The males in this book are fucking douchebags. They are just... Yes, it's a dark academia. Yes, it is a bully romance. I fucking get it. I get that. But oh my god, even most bully romances have some kind of level of where the guys sort of change. They're douchebags from page 1 to page... What this page ended on? What did this fucking end on? What? Hold up. To page 429. They're douchebags, okay? They're jackasses. So they have got, and even the fucking teacher really thought I was going to like see some kind of arc with him. No, not in this fucking book. Now, I understand this is like a 9-10 book series with a lot of sub-series. I'm fully aware that I'm only getting a tippy of the iceberg. Like, I can still see a lot of the fucking iceberg out of the water. That's how far the tip we are, okay? I get that. However, these bitches have got a long way to go if you think I'm gonna fall in love with any of these fucking assholes. Like, seriously, they all suck. The guys are jerks. So you know, probably like book 5, I'm gonna be fucking in love with one of them. We already know this. But still, like, there was no redeeming qualities of these guys at the fuck all in this book. So I can continue with this series because I have been told by many, many people that I trust that the rest of the series is far stronger than this book. And knowing that and going forward, I want to continue with it. However, I want to preface this. If I read this book when it was originally released without knowing what happens with the rest of the series, the strength of the rest of the series, the possibility that there is some change, I would not continue with this series because these guys suck. All right? So I am continuing with the rest of the series based off recommendations from people that I trust and who have read these books and say, hey, these arcs are great. Because I have series like that. Court of Thorns and Roses. Out of all the books, that is probably the worst installment. But you need it to understand where the ending of the series goes. Okay, you need that cement. However, difference in that book, I like Tamlin in that book. I don't fucking like any of these guys in this book. So we've got an even further way to go. So we don't have a drop. We have to just grow. So I'm going on the trust of the people that have read these series before that I will end up falling in love with these guys. But right now, Jackie wants to throw hands with every motherfucker dude in this book. If you have a penis in this book, you're fucking dead to me. Like, legit. And some of the bitches in this book, too. Dear God. Watch my reading vlog. Watch my reading vlog. You'll just see my face like this most of the time. I want to physically throw hands with these people. Fist rated E for everybody, especially every fucking dude in this book. All right, seriously, dude. Gave it 3 stars. I am going to continue with the series on the recommendation that the series gets better. Because if I had to base off of just this installment, absolutely not. So, you live and learn, guys. You live and learn. The next book that I read off of this list was this guy, The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. The one and only Britney Spears, the goddess herself. I gave this thing 4 stars. There is going to be a full book review coming. It is not up yet. I'm still trying to figure out how to work it because I can't review this book like I review normal books. Because this is an autobiography. She wrote this herself. So I can't rightly say like, oh, well, the direction of her character, the arc is fantastic. This is her real fucking life. Her life sucked, by the way. Wow. That breakdown makes so much more sense now because I was around for that breakdown. I saw that shit. Like, I saw the news reports. I saw the pictures of the shaved head and I was like, what the fuck is happening with Britney? What's going on with Britney? Didn't quite understand it. Now I fucking do. Her dad's a dick. He is nah. No. Some of the stuff in this book, now, let's just be honest, when this book came out, so many people spoiled it because of some of the reveals in this book. However, there is this underlying tone of this book that I can't help but say, yes, you were put in some really fucking shit situations, but your ignorance allowed a lot of this to continue. The fact that you wouldn't even try to kind of get out of things until well past it. Now, that's why when I do this review, like, I have to take that out. Like, I have to take Jackie out and, like, actually look at it the right way. So you will be seeing a full review of this soon. I'm just trying to figure out how to actually do it and go about it, because this is her life. And she's Britney, and god damn it, like, I still love the bitch, okay? I do. I grew up with Britney. I knew the Oops, I Did It Again dance by fucking heart, okay? I did. I never wanted blonde hair, but I wanted to be her. I did, okay? I did. Although she got really fucking shit taste in men. I don't. Thank you. Okay. And the last book I read off of this list, which I, at this point of filming, am still continuing to read it. I'm not done with it, but I still have 2 more days in the year, and I will have it finished by the end of the year. And that is Krampus by Brom. I'm having a great time with this book at this point. It is a strong 3, and I'm only 150 pages in. Strong 3. Strong 3. This thing is weird as fuck. Like, I love books that take what I think I know and turn it on its head. And that's exactly what Brom is doing with Krampus. Really having a good time with this one. Definitely going to enjoy it. But I will count this as completed because it will be done by the end of the year. So, do keep your eyes peeled for that one. But that's it, guys. That's what I read of my 12 and 24. These babies made it. They made it. I feel not successful, but I do feel that I enjoyed what I got. And if I ever do another 12 and 24 or another like mandatory read list in a year, we shall see what happens in the future. I don't know if I will do it again, because there were times where I felt like I was pressured to read these books and they weren't books that I wanted at the time. I knew I wanted to read these books. I had the feeling of wanting to read these books, but I felt like if I didn't read it, I was letting myself down. And I feel like maybe some of these books might have suffered a little bit of skewing that I had to read them, because I really didn't want to DNF in these books. I didn't feel like DNFing in these books, except, you know, Zodiac Academy, because fuck those guys. Fuck those guys. Hardcore. They can bend over and take it real fucking hard, because they fucking suck. God, they suck. And what pisses me off is I'm eventually end up really loving them. Like, I feel like I'm going to end up loving them because they suck so bad. And I've seen authors take really shitty characters and turn them into gods. And that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that these guys are going to be like God tier to me, and I'm going to be like, God damn it, you were a dick, but I love you. Thought Jackie grew up. Okay? Apparently not. Right now, I want to throw fucking hands. Anyway, but some of these books, I did feel like I needed to put some kind of more importance on, because I really wanted to read them. But when it came to actually picking them, I didn't want to. I don't know. Does anybody ever feel that way when you do lists like this, where you feel like, yeah, I know I should really read this book, but there's other stuff, and it's always been there. You know, it's just always been that list. Maybe that's the whole point of this fucking list, is to make you feel like you need to read it. And so you have to overcome that choosing of something else and reading this instead. I don't know. But I didn't really enjoy the pressure that this list put on me. Not all the time. Sometimes I did. Like, when it came to Krampus, like, I didn't mind this pressure, but like, no, I've got to read this book by the end of the year, because it's fucking Christmas, man. It's Christmas. So, like, I got my tree right here. I got my little tree, and I've got one of my little reindeer right here. Like, he's just sitting here chilling. My little reindeer guy. He's just chilling over here with me. He's my little buddy. He's my little buddy. But, like, some of these books, I did not mind the pressure. The Nightingale. It's been on my shelf since 2016. I did not mind that pressure. But the pressure of this guy, I know I'm going to probably fucking love this. So why do I feel like I'm being pressured to read it? I should want to joyfully read it. I should want to just sit there and consume it page by page, word by word, phrase by phrase, sex scene by sex scene, wingspan by wingspan. I should want to engage and absorb it. But I feel because I put it on this list, it deterred it because it's like, now you're forced to do it. And that reminds me of school when I was forced to read books. And that's shitty. So I don't know if I'll do another 12 in a year, like a specific list of books to read by the end of the year again, or if I'll stick with more just like generalized prompts, because then I still have that freedom of choice. I don't like my choices taken away, guys. I don't like it. It did not work for me this year, at least this year. So, but that is what I got for you guys today. That was my 12 and 24. I completed 58% of it. I did have some good reads. I found some new authors I really enjoy. I'm glad that some of these are off my shelf because some of them were chonkers. Chonkers. Yep, chonkers. And then other ones are still yet to be discovered. But that's the way the book world works. Sometimes you get to them, sometimes you don't. And as long as you're having a good time and you're reading what you enjoy and you don't want to throw hands with every fucking male fucking character in the goddamn book, it's all good. As long as you enjoyed yourself and had a great time, that's all that fucking matters, right? So that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys all soon with another video. And if you made it to this far in the end of the video through all my rants, let me know in the down box below what one book that you wanted to read in 2024 that you did read and what you thought of it. Till then, guys, I will see you guys all later.